As we continue to see bleeding in the cryptocurrency market, two questions spring to mind. What does January 20th do for the price of Bitcoin? And is this the end? Well, we're going to break down both of those questions in this live and ultimately let you know what the heck is going on with the DOJ and $6.9 billion worth of Bitcoin. Is it about to be sold on the market or not? If that's something like the sound of, you want to stay up to date with all the latest in cryptocurrency, well, guess what? Smash up that like button to a brand new all-time high. Hit that subscribe button, please. It massively supports the channel, pushes us up in the algorithm, lets more and more people know what is going on in this cryptocurrency market. With that being said, however, let's get into this video. So the news, I guess, that's really causing the market to freak out was not only the Fed minutes in which the view was that Trump was creating uncertainty. They weren't sure in terms of what tariffs and policies, and we'll touch on that in just a minute. But it was this, the DOJ basically given the go-ahead for a $6.5 billion sell on the market. Now, these are the Bitcoin from the Silk Road seized event that we know they've been trying to sell for ages. Now, it's very interesting that on the 7th and 8th of January, they suddenly decide that this is going to be an okay thing. Now, there's a number of reasons why they may want to do it. You could argue it's to not give it to the Trump administration. It's to argue to fight the fires and everything else that's going on. But it says here, the Department of Justice recently been given clearance to sell a gargantuan parcel of around 69,370 Bitcoin, which at today's price is equivalent to around $6.48 billion. This is even bigger amount than the 50,000 BTC that the German government sold in June and July of 2024. Now, there's a lot of things that are about to change. Is this going to be one of those moments, though, where they simply dump the bag? Well, it's very interesting when you take a look at what's going on from a trader's standpoint. Many people have been messaging me today saying, hey, 2Bit, what's going on in the market? How much further are we going down? Why are we not seeing the price come back up? What is going on in the long run? Well, the reality here is that traders are nervous. They're absolutely sitting in a world where they're waiting to see what happens. Take a look at this chart. You've got here the 7-day chart on the BTC for Binance. What do you see? Very minimal long positions right now. Lots of short positions with the expectation that the DOJ will simply dump all this Bitcoin and then we can move on with our lives. Like ripping a Band-Aid off, just simply get on with it. But this obviously coming on the back of the Trump news as well is very, very interesting. Like I said, there is a lot of views around the tariffs, around a lot of the things he's been talking about, buying Greenland, Canada being the 51st state, none of which markets like, especially risk on assets, which Bitcoin is one of those. But it says, look, data points renewed worries that inflation could persist. Many seasoned observers insist the upcoming Trump inauguration is a reason to stay bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, which I believe so, by the way. The analyst from London Crypto Cub, everyone is overestimating both the likelihood of tariffs or the size, highlighting that when Trump was previously in office, there was no substantial inflationary impact despite high-profile tariff announcements. So the fact of the matter here is that you've got lots of people that just think it's going to happen. But like I said, with everything else that's happening, the markets don't like it. Again, the DOJ dumping this Bitcoin could also be interesting as well. So not only have you got this kind of Trump narrative going on as well, you've equally got this sentiment around dumping this Bitcoin. Now, what I would say, just for peace of mind for you here on the channel, they haven't started. $18.5 billion is what's currently sat in the US government's portfolio. We can see some of the movements previously where they were dumping out of FTX or the Silk Road wallets as well. Nearly $1 billion were dumped previous on that. We'll obviously keep you posted on exactly what's going on with it. But as it stands right now, we are okay. Nothing's going out. Whether they'll announce it, we don't know, but we'll have to see. But the other question to announce then is, when are we going to see some price movement? What does a positive price outlook look like? Well, interestingly enough, Liz Truss today, who was former Prime Minister here in the UK, was bullish on Bitcoin. Good news. But it says here, the Fed minutes revealed that concerns about policy implications of Donald Trump's second term played a significant role in shaping the central bank's outlook. Now, there are also positive things coming with the bank, as we know the SEC chair is going to change. And more importantly, there is going to be another pro-cryptocurrency appointment into the digital asset chair, as well as that fintech sector as well. But this is a breakout will occur once the market has completed its recalibration process and uncertainty has cleared. Chung Han Young wrote in a research note, adding the signs of a recovery may not emerge until after Trump's inauguration, January 20th, and the first 100 days of his administration. That's where we'll truly get to find whether he's going to commit to delivering on what he promised, and what does his economic policies look like to bring the cost of living down. Many people just simply don't understand that if it's cheaper to live, people have more money to spend, and risk on assets are one of the big beneficiaries of that. So let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin right now. A couple of things to note. You've got some really key lines of volatility, but at the same time, some very key lines of support. You can see we did break down a couple of big ones, still within the Bollinger Bands trading, but we could even come as low as 90,000. This is the line that I've drawn on here. And again, we broke down some key supports. This is this big area of volatility trading that we've seen. But what I do want to do is just take you to the weekly chart and get your view on this. For me, this looks very much like a traditional bull market move. In fact, you could argue and say this is actually forming a very interesting bull flag, and we could therefore see the break off this 90,000. Now, some of you may say, hold on a minute, 2Bit. This all seems a little bit too obvious. The other thing to note, going all the way back here to 2021, this was the previous bull market. What do you notice? The big yellow line here being the 200 moving average, being a key line for us, a key support, as a lot of times we sit above it, which then pushes the price higher. When we see the break below and it becomes resistance, generally concludes the market. You can do 2021, you can go back to 2017 as well. Well, if we look forward, we can see there is a significant amount of room between us right now and the price and that 200 moving average. So I think we've got lots of potential still in the market. I still think it's very early in this bull market. However, right now, lots of people are nervous. So let's make sure that you share this video far and wide so that they understand what's going on and can make rational and best informed decisions on what to do with their portfolio. I, for one, am simply weathering the storm. And if I can, buying some brilliant projects on the dip. Let me know what you guys are doing though. Did you sell? Did you move on? Are you buying some more? I'm always curious to see you guys dropping those comments down there, and hit that like button and subscribe for your daily updates in the cryptocurrency market. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.